Hello, this is Paul. I'd like to get into this segment with Windows 7, which we are teaching presently at First Church of the Brethren here in Harrisburg. We do have 12 different lessons to go through, and I have it broke down in a couple different parts here, as you don't have to go through a complete hour of instruction at one time. So being made into segments, I hope it is more handy for you that you can come back and pick up one piece at a time. Well, we would like to talk about one of the basics of what is on your computer, and in the earlier versions of Windows, we used to call it My Computer. My Computer will show you everything that is hard drive wise and floppy drive and whatever drives is installed on your computer, and it may be different from one computer to another. And also we need to realize that with Windows 7 they simplified the word. Now we don't call it My Computer anymore, it's just computer. And you'll see how it fits in with the structure of what we're able to see when we open different screens to see what is on different directories and everything. We can see the listing for a computer. To get into it is a couple ways, and that is first of all to go to the Start menu, which is on the lower left corner of your screen on the taskbar. The taskbar is the series of icons going across the bottom of your screen. When you click with the left button on there, you'll get a window and be able to select computer. Once you select computer, then we're able to move on and see what's exactly is installed on your computer. And when we do this, we're able to see how different drives are on your computer. And take notice that in my display here, there is quite some very new interesting features that was not seen before. Well, for one thing, the difference from XP is that no longer do we have a left panel for different utilities. Instead, there's a strip going across the top. I like to call it the same thing as a tools menu. And also, we'd be able to have much more information being delivered for each drive that we have on there. Take notice that in this area here on the left, we have an outline of the entire computer, and you'll be able to see where favorites and everything is, and where libraries are listed, where files are commonly stored on the C drive. But My Computer, which is highlighted, is now called Computer, and you can go there anytime you want to, from any view of different directories. You can click on computer and get this screen. Now, one thing I want you to realize that also this is in a tiles view. When you bring down that menu for the different views, we'll be able to see that we select tiles. Large icons, medium icons, small icons won't do this. Make sure that it's on tiles. Now, once we look at the local disk C, everybody has a local disk C, and possibly more and more computers are with the recovery drive D. And take notice that it tells me the size of what my drive is and how much is free. And also the bar graph going across that I can see physically, a picture of how much is being used up on my drive. So I have plenty of space there. Now, one thing I want you to realize that in these selections here, we're going to see on the bottom that here we have WinUSA. That's the name of my computer, and it's working in a work group, and also with a processor AMD A4 3300 millisecond drive. The memory has 6 gigabyte of memory, and this will change as we go from one computer to another. There should be at least 4 gigabytes of memory in your computer, if anything. It works better with more memory, and you can go up as high as many different machines will take you, maybe even to as much as twice the amount of memory as what I have here. So that is some good information just at a glance on your computer. Now, getting back to this, we will right-click on a disk drive, for example C, and we open a menu. Remember that a left click will always open what is there, but a right click will always bring up a menu. And for what we want to get into here, to be able to clean up our computer, we want to get the right click, so we can go down and select Properties. Properties, you will use the left button to make that selection. Remember, the left button always brings action. So if it's from the main screen and you left click, you will open it. If you right click, you bring up a menu. Here, the only selection in this menu is to go into Properties. When I left click on that, I bring up the same type of screen as what we had before with Windows XP. Take notice the pie chart in the center, and it represents how much space is used, as it is in blue, and then in other color is where I can see free space, and as it indicates, I have plenty of room. Now looking down there below, there is compress this drive to save this space. What happens on that is, as a compressed drive, it will make your files be stored smaller. It's almost like a zip would be, but it's not as tight. And when you open that section or open programs on that condition, it takes an extra second or microsecond or whatever, but it takes a little bit more time to open them because the program must be expanded to normal. And so with the size of these drives that we have now, why this rarely really needs to be used. Allow files on this drive to have contents indexed in addition to file properties is very helpful for when you go to look for different files on there, that it's indexed order and it can find it much quicker. So the speed of your computer will be better. Take notice that the button there, Disk Cleanup, is the same as what it's always been before with XP. Nothing has changed. However, we do have a new list here that will cover a lot more items than before. And when you look at this list, you'll see that there's a downloaded program files, temporary internet files. All these temporary files needs to be cleared out from time to time. It depends upon how much time you spend on your computer and how many of these files are being stored. Take notice of the slide bar here, and it's shrunken pretty good, that there is, when I move that slide bar down, holding down the left button and dragging it down, or clicking on the arrows at either extreme, you'll be able to see the rest of what's on that list and be able to see everything that is being stored as temporary files. Remember that every one of these files can be removed with no problem or any taxing to your computer, but will free up some extra space on your drive and allow your computer to run faster. Take notice that at the top you can disk clean up to free up to 0.99 gigabytes of disk space. Is telling you how much, if you have every check mark checked there to clean out everything there is. On the lower portion, there's a total of how much is already marked. And when you go to those check boxes, you can put in check marks on each one, and that figure will fluctuate. These check marks, you can use that as a toggle on and off. You might not want to remove some of them, but definitely want to remove others. So be aware of this. And then once you have all the selections cleaned up, system files can be clicked on, and you'll be able to clean up your computer. It's that simple. So remember that closing down these windows is always with the OK button, and in most cases it will save what has been done and go out safely. If you use the red X at the top, you might not get everything done as intended. So this is the story of how you clean up your computer. It's very easy. It's just knowing that you need to take some time to go ahead and maintain your computer. If you have a trash can in the kitchen and you have something in there, why, it's always wise to empty that trash can and put it out in the dumpster or whatever receptacle you have outside and get rid of it. Well, you have to do the same thing on your computer. If you maintain your computer and clean these files out on a regular basis, you will be able to have the most optimal use of your computer and keep it running faster. As temporary files gets added onto your computer, it will tend to slow things down because it's eating up resources. So remember to do this on a regular basis. This is Paul Jones, and I'm at the First Church of the Brethren here in Harrisburg, Pennsylvania, and we are teaching classes there how to get familiar with a brand new computer for people who has no experience at all. And that is the level that I'm trying to address you with these movies that I have posted, and be able to help you along the way. So if you're ever in the Harrisburg area, be sure to stop around. We're at 219 Hummel Street in Harrisburg, Pennsylvania. It's in an area of the city that is called the Hill, Allison Hill area, and we are there on Wednesday and Thursday with our classes. And I have a group that meets together, a very small group that's looking for extra help on Saturday afternoon. So feel free to visit us anytime. And this is a very warming experience for me to be able to be there and be able to help those that are in need. Thank you, and I hope to see you.